Hey guys, this is Josh. I'm here to do some analysis of the Brett versus Dave Dixon fight. Brett Skinner versus Dave Dixon from Carolina Carnage. This was a really interesting fight because Brett is, while he's a bigger guy, he's not huge, and they called Dave Dixon the Hulk for a reason. And this is a pro fight, or some people call it an Outrance fight, which is a one-on-one full contact fight. Um, Dave Dixon probably weighs 320 pounds at least versus about 225 for Brett. 220, 220, 225, somewhere in there. So Dixon is a much larger individual. This is round 2 of their fight. In round 1, Dixon didn't really push the pace very much, and Brett was able to stay away from him, use his uh, much faster arming sword and better sword skills to keep ahead of Dave and score a lot of points. So Brett pretty handily won the first round. In this round, you'll see, at least at first, that Dave Dixon is much more aggressive. And I wanted to do the analysis on this round because it is a really good example of how a smaller, skilled guy can handle a larger guy who isn't quite as skilled when the larger guy is being very aggressive. So I'm going to start the video now so that you can see this, and I'll give some commentary as it goes. So as they come out, you can see that Dave has a falchion and Brett has an arming sword. This gives Brett a very large speed advantage. There's Brett with a kick, and now Dave is in this grapple deep. So now you can see that he is pushing on Brett. He's pushing him up against the cage. Now we're going to restart this. I paused it for a second so you can see their positioning. So now I'm going to play it again, and Dixon throws a knee, he's throwing a few knees, and it's hard to see. So let's go back a second. It's hard to see because there's somebody standing in the way, but it looks like Brett pops his hip out and hits a modified Harai Goshi judo throw on Dave. Let's go back real quick again. You can kind of see in here that he's getting his leg out. He's popping his hips through. He's not stepping into Dave and stepping past him to hit an Osoto. A lot of people were calling this an Osoto. He's popping his hips out and attacking Dave sideways, which is much more in line with a Harai Goshi than it would be an Osoto Gari. And he takes Dave down, and then he just starts pounding on him. And it's great. He's landing. He's racking up points. Dave is helpless underneath him. Dave just doesn't know what to do from down there. He doesn't know how to get his posture back. He doesn't know how to defend himself from the ground. That's something that we really need to start looking at if we're going to have any type of, ground fighting, is how do I defend myself from the ground. Now you can see it looks like Dave is much more tentative now. Maybe it's because he's tired from getting up or, getting pounded on. I think it at least has something to do with Brett being able to get that really nice throw on him. And as you can see right there, if we go back a second, Dave is just a step behind in everything he's doing. Let's go back again here, a little bit more. Dave throws this shot, and Brett is 6 inches away from getting hit. And Dave comes in and eats 1 or 2 shots. Brett is just way ahead on points. It was really a beautiful way for him to take away all that momentum that Dave was trying to get. And now he's using movement. Another shot. Dave lands a punch, but he's so far behind it just doesn't matter. This was really a really great example of using your angles, especially in that grapple, creating a new angle and hitting that big throw. And then there's a nice round kick landing to the thigh. It was very, very fast, especially for a guy in armor. That was pretty quick for a guy not in armor. For in armor, that was very, very fast. I think Dave might have gotten like 3 points total this round, and Brett's working on maybe 40. There's a nice jab to the gut. Dixon's exhausted. All of his momentum is gone. That throw just took it all out of him. And that's the end of the round. Just a beautiful example of how to deal with a big guy.